Securing strong ERAS letters of recommendation can make the difference between a strong residency application and a weak one. So in today's video, I want to go over your most commonly asked questions when it comes to residency letters of recommendation, so you can ensure that your letters and in turn your application will stand out. Before we begin, hi, I'm Nadine Evans, an Admissions Associate at BeMo Academic Consulting. Make sure that you subscribe on whatever social media channel you're watching this from now so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. If you'd like us to help you with your residency application, click on the link either above or below this video to schedule your free initial consultation. The first commonly asked question is, who should I get ERAS letters of recommendation from? First and foremost, you should only request letters of recommendation from physicians that know you well and can therefore speak to your clinical abilities, your medical knowledge, and your work ethic. Ideally, your letter writers will have witnessed you regularly interacting with patients and their families and can also discuss your individual strengths, such as communication skills, collaboration skills, and compassion. Always be sure that you check your residency program requirements, as these can vary between programs. For example, some programs may ask for letters from your medical school's department chair for the specialty that you're applying to. Number 2, what documents should I give my letter writers? You'll make the process a lot easier for your letter writers if you provide them with your CV to familiarize them with your background and past experiences. As well, you want to give them your personal statement, which will reiterate to them your passion for medicine and why you're interested in pursuing a specific specialty and program. You want to make sure that you also give them your medical school transcripts and UCMLE scores. Lastly, you should make sure that your writers have a clear understanding of the deadlines for submitting their letters of recommendations to your programs. Number 3, how many letters of recommendation should I submit? You want to have a minimum of 3 letters of recommendation to support your application for each program you're applying to. There is no limit to how many letters of recommendation you may submit to ERAS. Keep in mind that you can assign a maximum of 4 letters of recommendation to each program. As a tip, consider having at least one backup letter of reference in case one individual cannot, for any reason, complete one. Number 4, when should I ask my letter writers? If you want strong letters, then you must give your letter writers ample time to compose their evaluation. Writing letters of recommendation isn't or shouldn't be a quick and easy exercise. A strong letter writer will pore over the work that you've submitted to them and think carefully about their interactions with you and their overall impression of you. They should also offer detailed accounts of projects that you've done together and demonstrate ways in which you represent the key qualities and competencies desired in your chosen program. This takes a lot of time, and a request for a letter of recommendation that arrives a few days before the due date is unlikely to be met with a positive response. It's a time-consuming project, it's a lot of work, and remember, you're asking them for a favor, so make sure that you give them enough time to prepare a letter. Ideally, you'll be asking people who are genuinely excited about your work and who are interested in seeing you advance, but even those who know you and your work well still need that time to organize information and transform it into a compelling letter of recommendation. At the very minimum, you should give your letter writers a 1-month period before deadline so they can fit this exercise into their schedule. As a tip, ask on the final day of your clinical rotation with the attending physician. Usually, they have to fill out an evaluation of you at the time of their rotation, and this is a time when they're sharing feedback with you anyway. After they have given you feedback, ask them if they would be willing to write you a letter for your residency application. This allows you to directly and sincerely ask in person and not have to chase the physicians who work crazy hours and may not respond promptly to emails, especially if you've been moved on from the rotation. Sometimes this prompts the physician to write the letter or at least draft it soon after you speak to them, making it easier for them to remember key skills and competencies that you displayed. Number 5, do my letters have to be from physicians in my chosen specialty? It's definitely a good idea to have 2 letters from physicians in your chosen specialty, but at a minimum you should have 1. Remember, it's most important though to select physicians that know you well and have witnessed you in action, so don't just pick your ERAS letters of recommendation writers based solely on specialty if they don't meet these important factors. Having a letter from a physician in a different specialty can be helpful if you feel that they can speak to your skills in the specialty you're applying to, as there are skills that cross over. For example, primary care physicians certainly have to be familiar with mental health. If you have a psychiatrist who you work closely with and they can speak to your skills, this could be a good preceptor to ask for a reference. And the sixth question that I want to cover today is, how should I follow up with my referees? You should follow up about 2 weeks before your letters of recommendation are due, and if needed, 1 week before they're due. An email or phone call can suffice here, but just a quick check-in. You could say something like, "Hello, Dr. A. I wanted to ensure you were able to write and submit my letter of recommendation for S specialty in ERAS. Please let me know if you have any concerns. I appreciate your time and effort in submitting this letter in support of my application." After a deadline, you should send an email thanking them sincerely for submitting the letter of recommendation, because that's just a really nice touch. Now, after you have matched successfully, you should consider sending something like a card or a handwritten letter, not an email or a phone call. Let them know that you matched to your specialty of choice and thank them again for being a part of that journey. Although this is not mandatory, it's a professional and sincere way of thanking your referees and continuing to have them think of you in a positive way. You never know, you could be working in the same community as your attending physicians in the future. Hopefully this video will serve as a tool to reference when you're securing your ERAS letters of recommendation. Is there a physician that you want to ask but you're unsure if they would be suitable? Let me know in the comments section and I'll be sure to get back to you with my recommendations. If you'd like us to help you with your residency application, click on the link above or below this video to schedule your free initial consultation. Hopefully you enjoyed watching. See you next time.